Hello, welcome to the Sharaba V Tarot channel. I'm your host, Pickles. Today, I will be basing a reading based on your moon sign. This reading will carry you through the beginning of the month, through the middle, at which I will resume. Today, I will be focused on water and air signs. First off, we'll start with Aquarius. So before I begin, I just want to send a special shout out and a labor of love to Lilo Vanity. Again, I will be doing a past, future, present rule, starting with the sign of Aquarius. Then I will do Gemini and then a Libra reading. Afterwards, I will switch gears to the water sign, starting with if you have a moon in Pisces, a moon in Cancer, or a moon in Scorpio. Without further ado, let us begin. This reading will be conducted with the By Any Means deck. Let's take a moment and chat about our Aquarius. So Aquarius, your first card is the Eight of Swords. So Aquarius, it looks like you've been coming from a place of discrediting yourself and your self-worth, and you've been feeling powerless. And honestly, this feeling is really your inner self speaking from your not self. Things might not have been going your way, and you've been having negative feelings toward yourself. I know that this can come with a feeling of stagnation, but that's in the past now. You see how it's one thought with all the other swords in line? What this means is you've been letting one thought of yourself or one mistake or one thing about yourself really just take hold of you when there's so many other positive things around you. And you see that you haven't been looking at the positive aspects of yourself, and you've primarily been looking at the negative aspects. And that's where your thoughts have been gravitating towards. I challenge you to find something positive about yourself and speak positively about yourself. Right now, you are in the Knight of Wands. What this means is you're restless. Giving something more of what they do not appreciate will not make someone appreciate you more. So you want someone to feel a certain type of way about you, but you cannot control others' feelings. You can only control how you feel about yourself. The challenge is to stop expecting you from other people. So with my moon in Aquarius, people do not treat you how they feel about you. They treat you how they feel about themselves. What this means is your expectations of yourself we'll keep moving on. What you need to be looking forward to is the Sun card. So the soul expression. So while you're expecting a certain treatment from a certain individual, a certain group, a certain family member, a certain significant other, the future is challenging you to focus more on yourself, Moon in Aquarius. What this means is take some time to review how you emotionally feel about yourself. With the Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Sun card, take a moment to see how you feel about yourself. Spend a week or two shifting your thoughts away from this person that you want approval from and more about how you feel about yourself without letting that Eight of Wands energy take hold of you. Moving on. My next air sign. Moon in Gemini. How have you been feeling, Moon in Gemini? This is our first time talking, but seeing as this will be a regular thing, I will talk to you on the first of the month and again in the middle of the month. All right, Gemini, let's see about your spiritual souffle. Get your help on a spiritual souffle. So first card up is the Sun card. I'm going to shuffle these a little bit more. Bear with me, Gemini. A little bit of tidbit about having the moon in Gemini. Don't think how you feel now. You can gauge your happiness off of how your inner child will feel about you. Having a moon in Gemini means that there's about two different emotional channels to go through. How you felt about how you were younger, and how you feel about you now. Both of these things will determine how you feel about yourself moving forward. So, for the moon in Gemini, you are coming from a place of Knight of Wands. So, again, you're restless, expecting you from others. You've been externally focused saying, oh, well, how does such and such feel about me? How does they feel about me? What can I do to make them feel this way? And you need to relinquish control of how people feel about you. It's imperative because you cannot control others and you can only be controlling of yourself. If you are trying to push a lover to feel some type of way or appreciate you or trying to get them to take actions that you want, make sure that you are not idealizing this lover and you are making sure that you're putting you first. Because at the end of the day, kings and pawns go back into the same box. What I mean by that is, if someone is treating you as a pawn, do not treat them like a king. If a woman is treating like a pauper, maybe this is not the right queen. But that's in the past tense. Let's see where you are in the present tense. Five of Swords. So presently, you are focused on problem solving. So you're seeking solutions, and you feel like you cannot stand up for yourself. As you can see, this person is kind of letting the fast in their root chakra. This has a lot to do with survival. I also pull the Five of Swords often, but you have to accept your limitations. You may be about to ask more of someone in your inner circle, more. It looks like a card of asking or wanting to ask more of someone. Judging from this Knight of Wands energy and present being in the Knight of Five of Swords energy, this is the energy of asking, exasperatingly asking someone to do something. This is a please, please, please energy. And the more you ask, the more your expectations go up and the less you actually receive of what you need. Five of Swords, you need a retreat. You could also be overthinking. What's at risk is this Five of Cups energy. So if you're headed towards a point of no return, there's separation, there's grief, and if you keep this person that's constantly having you're wrapping your head around, your relationship is moving towards a point of no return because you're energetically pulling more from them than they want to give, than they'll possibly give. And you're at risk of losing yourself within a person, which can end up in a tower moment, and you could lose a lot more than just feelings. I would definitely pull back or retreat your expectation of this person. I know this isn't the type of news that you want, but the Five of Cups, you don't want to get into that point of no return. Separation, you're headed into a breakup because you're emotionally forcing someone to make you happy due to this Five of Swords energy. I'm just taking a moment to record what your reading says so that next week after next, I have some note about where this is stemming from. Last but not least, let's talk about the cardinal sign. Again, these readings do reflect your moon sign. So if you have a moon in Libra, this reading is for you. Also, if you are finding value in these readings, please click the donate button to donate to No Baby Blisters. And if you need additional reading or want an in-depth reading, there is a link at the bottom. You can find more details about that at the bottom. So let's find out what's going on with our Libra moon. What was going on was the Four of Wands. So Four of Wands, this is the energy of rest and satisfaction. So you let go of your feelings of responsibility. You realize that you don't need to take every action. Sometimes you just need to lay back and let spirit handle it. Taking a pit stop. So you've been taking a pride in your achievement. You're coming from a very restful place. With the Saturn in Aquarius retrograde being over now, this could have something to do with work. You're coming from a feeling of rejuvenation. Libra moon, presently you are in the Lover's card. So this is how this could be related to individuals. This could be related to your work relationship, but you're in a good place. You're doing a good dance of self-love and also giving of yourself to other people. You're doing a good job of spiritual attainment as well as staying grounded and working harmoniously with the people around you. So you're in a good, vibes are good right now. Heading into the holiday season, it looks like you're going to have a happy Feliz Navidad. What you have to look forward to is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles focuses on planning, organizing. Looks like it's time to start thinking about the new year. I know that it's all happy feelings in the air right now, and you're feeling good emotionally. I know with the Libra moon, it's a bit of a sway. It's a constant daily dance between one thing or another, but it's time to start planning and organizing, buckling down, and focusing. It is hard to come to a realization that we can do better, but next year you can plan on having a slightly better emotional year than 2023. You probably suffered a lot of losses, and honestly, you're probably feeling a feeling of gratitude just to make it to the new year. Well done. But be wary of over excelling. So could it be at work? It could be anything you're involved in. It could be a person. But make sure that when you're planning and looking ahead, you plan for you. You cannot plan for others. You can guide others. You can slightly influence, but at the end of the day, make sure that you're planning on you. So with the Libra moon, I know air signs can typically have their head in the air. You're holding a coin right here. There are some coins around you that are supporting you. This could be spirit and your family. They're very happy for you, but it's time to start planning on what you want to focus on going into the new year. Next up, we will have my water and moon signs. Let's go to the water signs. After I do the water signs, we will do a wrap up. Just a quick review. And again, if you find this helpful, please consider paying tribute to No Baby Blisters. No Baby Blisters. So, Eight of Swords. So first sign up is going to be Pisces. You're coming from a place of having one thought, just battling with oneself, self-depreciation. It seems like you've made a mistake here recently or went through a loss and you are emotionally blaming yourself for this, Pisces in the moon sign. And you have to accept that we all make mistakes, and that does not, life is a journey. Okay, life is a journey. What I mean by this is mostly focus on this one thing that went bad or one thing that had to happen for your growth, and blame yourself isn't going to lead to where you want to. So harboring these negative feelings against yourself, you're being too hard on yourself. Moon in Pisces. It's not all your fault. Take accountability, but realize that there's also spirit constantly at work. There's also other people in the environment, their family members, other people to consider outside of yourself. And if you want to stop feeling so negative about yourself, ask one of your family members or someone you can confide in, hey, how do you feel about me? Coming from the Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords. Moon in Pisces. Too many swords. So grabbing two cards back to back in the sword category is retreat. So you're seeking solutions, and it's almost like prayer, but you see that big sword in your head. There's still one thought or one thing that it just denotes a lack of trust. You may be about to ask more of someone than they can give. This could be a lover, this could be a family member, but it really denotes that you should open up your communication. Whatever you're thinking about, it's not going to solve itself. It does take a level of communication in this thing we call life. So if you have a moon in Pisces, feel free to reach out. Whatever is on your mind, you need to get off your chest so you can move forward with yourself. You're coming from a card of self-pity to communication. So there's someone around you that you want to communicate with, confide in, or have a hard conversation with. And this conversation will not be easy, but it will be necessary and worth it for you and your own growth. You'll feel better emotionally after you have it. You won't feel good during the conversation, but you'll feel better after you have it. The Emperor card. So this is a card out of the Major Arcana. And this is a card of masculine energy. So energy, focus is heading in the right direction. So if you have a moon in Pisces, you can look forward to the Emperor energy if you know when to communicate, when not to, and stop self-loathing. If you are a male, this is an energy of really being where you need to be. So really masculine energy, being emotionally balanced, being financially balanced for a moment, and being spiritually where you need to be. The Emperor is a good card to pull out of the major arcana, but the challenge for you right now is to step up and have that hard conversation. That Five of Swords, whatever you've been trying to wrap your mind around, allow yourself to move into this Emperor energy once you have that conversation. And I'm also getting that this could be a hard conversation with a male figure as well. For my females, you might have done something that your father could be embarrassed, father, uncle, whoever you look up to, and you don't want to tell them about it. And even if it has nothing to do with them, I would suggest that you have that transparent conversation with them. Moon in Pisces. Next, we have, outside of Pisces, we have Moon in Cancer. So cardinal signs. I know a little bit about the Hermit card, but how you doing, my Moon in Cancers? And also, if you only know your sun sign, I would suggest getting with your chart and learning a little bit about yourself. So this is a Vedic astrology reading, not tropical. Just to let everyone know. Next, let's talk to our Moon in Cancer. You emotional big babies, you. Oh. Need a lot of nurturing if you have a Moon in Cancer. And I understand you need lots of nurturing. Let's see. Have to be careful how you treat yourself when you have a Moon in Cancer. So, the 10 of Wands. You've been fighting an uphill battle. Step by step. Something you've been trying to accomplish, and you are nearing that finish line. The finish line with the 10 of Wands. So your restlessness, you've already overexerted yourself. You've taken too much action. So Cancer Moon, if there's something you've been pushing for emotional fulfillment, it's already yours. What that means is stop. Stop with the overexertions. You're causing the manifestations are already there. You're doing nothing but straining your body. Then when you overexert yourself, so make sure you take a moment and shift your focus. The challenge is to relinquish control and find what makes you smile. So switch into joy. Give yourself a moment to be happy. I understand that you have a lot of emotional responsibility when you are the cardinal water sign. But emotionally, happiness is already in front of you. You've already done the manifestations, and you need to trust timing. I know relinquishing control can be tough sometimes, but you really need to, because you're only going to do more harm than good if you keep overexerting yourself in whatever area of life that you are thinking of. That's the 10 of Wands energy right now. 2 of Swords. So boom. Spirit is saying this is decision making time. So you've had a point of manifestation. And you need to get in tune with how you feel rather than denying them. You need to make an emotion based off emotional satisfaction and not the satisfaction of those around you. So you've manifested. Whatever you've manifested, my moon in Cancers, it's time to make a decision. And this decision is only going to go one way or another. You see how this way, if you make a decision from a point of, well, such and such is going to feel some type of way about it, instead of, well, I want to do what makes me happy. You need to do what makes you happy. That's what this Two of Wands is trying to tell you. But that decision that you make today is definitely going to affect how the holiday season is going to go with you. So take a moment and make a decision for yourself. My moon in Cancer. Then we have the Death card, transformation. There's something big coming. This is rebirth energy. So this could be this is Scorpion energy. This is the Death card. So transformation. Whatever you've been busting your back trying to manifest, this Two of Swords leading to the Death card. So there's a major transformation, and what you don't want a transformation to be is around other people. When you are transforming yourself, you need to think of yourself. Scorpio energy is known to be very selfish, and for your own future good, Spirit is saying, hey, when you make this decision, make sure you're not making it around temporary circumstance. If so, you'll become more dependent on the thing that ultimately isn't good for you. But if you make the right decision, this transformation can lead to a rebirth of something. This could be a rebirth of a living situation, a rebirth of a car, a rebirth of a family relationship. This could be the end of a cycle is what the Death card represents. So take the Two of Swords energy and make sure you make the best decision for you. That is my cardinal Cancer. I'll also do a recap next week on the cards for each sign. And if you do not mind, please timestamp where your sign begins and starts. As you can see, I am on a roll. Besides that, well, who's next? So my moon in Scorpio. How things been? Don't forget, sometimes you need restraint, moon in Scorpio. Sometimes you need the restraint. We all know what you all like to do to get that emotional satisfaction. And hey, I'm all for it. But make sure it doesn't get in the way of how you think about you. You are more than a performance. Moon in Scorpio. Take care of that moon in Scorpio. We have the Nine of Wands. First card up, you are coming from a place of Nine of Wands. So you are nearing completion. You have been beaten, battered, and bruised. Part of you feels like giving up. Seems like you are walking through halls of fire. Each step has been slow and spiky. You've been stepping through a rose bush, and you're nearing completion. So my challenge to my moon in Scorpio is, I know you're at a point of frustration, but I implore you to push through. This is big manifestation energy. You see that these two people right here, that spirit supporting you in what you're trying to do, moon in Scorpio. It's trying to tell you, hey, I know life ain't been no crystal stair. Recently, it has not been an emotional crystal stair, moon in Scorpio. But keep going. That is Nine of Wands energy. And you have the Four of Swords. relax, recuperate, heal. You probably have your defenses up. You may have been overgiving, and you need to sit down. Scorpio, Moon and Scorpio, you've been a little bit overactive, so you've been chopping heads off. You see those heads in the background on those wands? Whatever point you're trying to push across has been made. And Spirit has your backs. This is coming from the Nine of Wands. You need to trust, because this Four of Wands it's kind of like it's arm folded energy. You see the wands that there's only one person holding the wand. That person is there's only one person holding this sword, and that person is no longer you. What it means is these swords back here, these are you swinging. This is your overexertion. You just keep on swinging, and the point has already been made. All that you can do now is separate. Do not let your anxiety get the best of you. Relax, recuperate, and heal. Step back. Focus on self-love. Take yourself to the spa. Do something for yourself. Just relax. Be on standby. Time will pass one way or another. You've done enough presently. Take no more action. Six of Swords. So soon you will be moving away from difficulties, abandoning old assumptions, abandoning your own self. So you have the lessons that you need to move forward. Again, this is leaning less about the holidays, and the holidays I suggest you sit with the Four of Swords. Find reasons to be grateful, because you're headed towards the Six of Swords. So don't get comfortable in your difficulties, Moon and Scorpio. You may have had some rude awakenings, but those difficulties are behind you. As you can see, Spirit is guiding you, and your thoughts, you are okay. The waters are calm. And basically, it's time to just sit back and let things be what they are. That is my reading for Moon and Scorpio. So past is